Ladies and gentlemen, Forza Milan.
Yeah, they've done it.
That's what we're in full.
We've got like
we're in full
essentially
Italy kit today.
like the exact same.
Acerbi, I always believed in you, and Saint Fratesi, will go up there.
Me bringing this to work in the morning to then come straight here, it's paid off. It's paid off.
We saw it through. The player zone curse does not exist anymore. It's in the past. Almeria will get promoted now as well. It's a great morning.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, you know the curse is going if Almeria go up. That's been
yeah. But it's still there. It's gonna be like Harry Kane. It'll take fucking 10, 12 years to
17.
it'll take ages. So,
but my God, what a game last night. I'm gonna start
Yeah,
there.
it was-
By the time this episode goes, I would have done my reaction to it. But your thoughts on this? Just like incredible semi-final tie.
I mean, this game I was already like for the new Champions League format. But this game's just completely like, I'm like, yes, like the whole league system, I love it. It goes down to the last day. And then like you just get good games all the way through the Champions League.
Yeah.
And this was, I mean, I said to you off air, this is the best semi-final I've watched besides obviously Liverpool-Barca. And that's just because I'm fucking biased and for obvious reasons. But like as a neutral, that was the best two-legged, both legs. Both legs were fucking insane. Like we've seen a lot of like maybe the last game's been good because of like the away goals or a crazy comeback. But this was just the football and the goals and the keepers. I mean, the score ends, 7-6 on aggregate?
7-6,
But both keepers were fucked.
Yeah.
The one gets man of the match
in
in summer.
Deservedly so.
It was just two incredible teams going at it. And it feels like whoever won that game should go on and win it. They deserve to go on and win it because they've had, I can't remember exactly the draws they've had to get to obviously the semi and then play each other, but they've surely been the two most consistent teams in it. Maybe not the best at certain points. Obviously, Barca have probably been the best throughout, but particularly into like that, you wouldn't say they've been the best, but in terms of the amount of goals they've conceded, I think they conceded one goal through the group stage or something like that. Yeah. Like they've just been going about their business. Yeah. And then, I'm glad that pretty much everyone saw that game and everyone's like, whoa, Inter, fucking hell. Yeah. Like, it's just, that game was fucking insane. It was so good, man. So good.
It was just the nature of the win as well. I was saying to your fan, in the reaction video will come out, I'll talk about it to a lot of degree. I think they're probably 4 of the players that started that game were not fit.
Yeah, no.
Lautaro couldn't run.
Bye, Syria. Like,
like even like Acerbi looked like he was running in mud, and that's maybe because of his age.
I think that was from the whole taking off the shirt. I think he was fucked from that. To be honest, yeah.
But like even the subject, like Fratesi comes on and obviously wins the game for them, but Zielinski as well. Yeah, and this is what I think was what we've said throughout this. You said 24 months. We basically bragged about them. They might not spend a lot of money, but the money they spend is fantastic. You can take off Kalinoglu and Mkhitaryan and bring on Zielinski and Fratesi. Well, that's just the younger version of the players that are on the pitch.
Yeah.
And yes, they might have been the older side, and yes, they might have not had a lot of the ball, 30% possession. But they were the one team this year in world football, outside of Real Madrid for 10 minutes in the Clasico, that have been able to exploit this high line. No one's better to exploit. They've conceded, 30 goals in the league, Barcelona, despite playing this high line. Inter have gone and smacked 7 past them in 2 different games. And this is Inter Milan, who hadn't scored for like 4 games leading up to this with that 3-game, loss streak. And this is the thing, I mean, like you can defend well, you were playing through injuries. There was the whole leading, then, equal and then behind and then coming back again. That's just a mentality. That's that leadership. That's that with being in this situation. And maybe Barcelona are the more skilled team, maybe the more deserving team on the year. But across those 2 legs, I don't think anyone can argue Inter didn't deserve that. They were fantastic.
Whoever went through, you can't argue it. You can't say like Inter being 2-0 up, let's say Barca went on and win it. You can't say Inter bottled it. They're just 2 ridiculous teams going at it. And I mean, they're going to be favourites going into the Champions League, I think, no matter who they play. I think.
Fingers crossed to go to the line this time.
This team needs to get over the line, but just for their own sake, like they're in terms of respecting this side and in terms of what Inzaghi's done. I mean, fucking hell, they You talked about the transfers. They sold Onana for what, 50 million and bought Sommer for like 6 mil. 6 mil. Like he is
got best goalkeeper in the world right now.
Yeah, he probably is. I mean, he's insane. He's insane.
It's ridiculous.
The save he made with the open goal, and like the guy should score. I forgot who it was. Garcia should score. But a lot of keepers in those situations, they like slide across, but they don't put a hand up. It's like, oh fuck, like I'll just just the keeper slide like the casual one. But he like fully fucking is just a mad save.
And then right in extra time as well to deny Lamine Yamal.
And that stadium was
erupting.
Mental. Even I've seen pictures of like the bus, but like the fucking streets were just gone. Like it was mental. So yeah, massive respect for Inter, and even Barca as well. I thought they were fucking brilliant. But
I think they were very good.
Like it's one of those times where you lose and you can't be obviously disappointed by the result, but with the performance, and it's still a very young squad. Like Inter are very experienced. I'd love to know the age difference between the two squads,
because Inter 30 something.
Yeah, Inter would have to be like late 20s, 30. Barca would be early 20s for sure.
Serbi 36, Mkhitaryan 36, Karnoglu 32.
And Barella's like 29, 28, 30.
And then but the youngest is probably Bastoni.
Bastoni's like 24, isn't he? 25,
the youngest they've got
so,
that team. Jan Sommer's 30.
Yeah, he's old, but he's fucking Nico going for another 10 years the way he's playing.
Honestly, though, Daniel Dumfries, probably the performance of a lifetime in the two legs.
2 goals, 3 assists?
2 goals, 3 assists across the... So he's 5 out of the 7 goals.
I mean, I've seen a lot of Liverpool posts this morning saying, Salah's back in the Ballon d'Or race. Bro, Dumfries is Dumfries. My vote goes to Dumfries. I think I said it last week. If Inter win, my vote goes to Dumfries. He's been fucked. He's been in. It's not just been in the Champions League the last 2 legs. It's been even Serie A. The season. He's literally. He would have to be like their number 1 chance created player. So, he's been fucked. So yeah, it's we're happy. We're happy. We've been banging on about this ever since we started about this side. They're so good, but they don't get the respect because it's Serie A. Champions League was the only way they'd get their respect, and now, I mean, look, they have to go on and win it. If they lose the final, it's like you've lost 2 finals. Okay, one was to Man City, but this is one where if you lose to PSG or Arsenal, it's like. Did you win a weak Serie A?
Yeah. In my mind, it still says 1B to Barcelona, but if they win it this year, they become the 1A, right? But they're still having to prove themselves in this final here. But they've got the mentality, they've got the players.
They've got the experience. They almost did it against City. So
it took something special from City to beat.
Yeah, we took Rodri essentially. So and they're a better side than what they were. DeMarco's a 10 times better player than what he was back then, and Barella and all these guys are more. They're just more experienced. So I mean, on this couch, we're fucking going to be rooting for them big time. So it doesn't matter who's there. PSG have been great, but Arsenal or whatever, it's Inter need to win this. So
tell you what, Inzaghi with his I love his heart rate in that game. He was as he always is outside of his technical box, but he was basically on the pitch demanding from his players to press, get up, close the space, and oh my god, that man. I think
these 2 legs they just had everything. The goals were just ridiculous. The goals, fucking hell.
Even for Barca, right? Like Eric Garcia. Gerard Martin, Olmo, and Rafinha.
The volley?
probably the 4 worst players in the second leg, and they were all directly involved in every single goal.
Yeah.
That was at Barcelona in that game. They were really poor first half, really good second half. But I don't even think anyone here actually scored the goal. Rafinha was really poor, I thought. Yeah. Olmo wasn't great, but they impacted the game. It was one of those ones where no one actually played poorly, because if you did, you had a magical moment. Like you produced something special. Even the commentator said it when Olmo scored. Yeah. He was like, Olmo, he's been really quiet, but that's just what some of these world class players do. Like they just turn up when they have to. Yeah, that was special. That was a special game. Yeah. We'll bring in the next tie. That's going to be hard to fucking. Can you topple this 7? It'd have to be like 5-5 and go to pens, and then end like 11-12 on pens to whoever. All the way, keeper stepping kicks over. Yeah, I don't think it will, because Arsenal are quite boring at times. So I think is the only one I can think of is like that Man City Tottenham
Spurs,
tie.
where was it Sterling scored in the last minute and then it
they got ruled out. That's really close, I think, to the drama of this sort of tie. And even then, that was a quarter-final because then Spurs played Ajax in the semi-finals. That run's probably the closest I can think of to being this dramatic. I think you're right,
because I'm thinking of all the comebacks like Barcelona, like PSG, Barcelona. I'm thinking, but they were like one side just fucking dominated and hammered the team on any given night. But this was just two teams
just going at each other,
fucking going at it. There was a chance every minute and a half, 2 minutes.
It literally felt like it was either Barcelona just peppering away or Inter just going bang on the counter attack. It was Do
you think it was a pen as well?
I think so.
There's a little bit of controversy around it, but
I tell you what, that's the only thing that really disappointed me about Barca. They got rattled very easily.
Yeah.
And also Inigo Martinez.
Is that just the sort of young side, I guess?
Maybe. Yeah. And even that, Inigo Martinez getting taken off for Araujo was probably one of the most strange decisions. Because by then he'd calmed down. I think we're talking about 20 minutes ago in regulation time. Bruno Araujo didn't really contribute too much. Was it, I guess, at fault for that final goal? He couldn't get the ball off Thuram. It was cooked. You thought just bundle him over and get the ball back. But didn't win the ball off Thuram. Thuram sets up Taremi, then Fratesi. Yeah. But Inigo Martinez was doing very well when he was on the pitch.
He was,
being physical. Again, a bit of a loose unit at times, but I think they needed that on the pitch. Once he disappeared.
They've been better this season when he's
played.
Played.
So I don't know, that was a weird choice.
The only reason is that he must have been absolutely fucked, surely. Because surely you don't take off your centre half in a massive...
I think it was their second substitution they made after Olmo got... So I'm not sure. It was a weird one. Yeah. But I think the pen was the...
Yeah, I think it was...
Because Lautaro gets that touch, and that touch then... Yeah. After that point, it has to be
At first, I didn't think it was a pen. I thought it was all ball, but...
Look clean.
It was a pen.
Yeah, I think we can...
No complaints,
But anyway, they go to the final to face PSG or Arsenal. Well, when we record this, you obviously notice when it comes out.
Yeah.
But as you rightly said, they're probably going favourites now after beating Barcelona. So in Munich, massive stage. Can they
do
revenge for 20?
It'd be good to see a Serie A club win the Champions League. It feels like old times.
When they last win a Champions League?
Jesus.
Because Real have beaten Juventus, so Juventus have been there, but
Juventus have been there. They've never got over.
They got beaten by Barca as well. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so I can't remember the last time a Serie A club is.
Yeah, it's been a while. Been a long time. Yeah, so it'd be good. It'd be would you? And if it was a team to do it, it
has to be Inzaghi's
has to be it has to be.
I have to wait and say. A trophy that was confirmed on the weekend though was the Bundesliga.
He's done it.
What a way to win it, by the way. A 3-3 draw between Leipzig and Bayern. We talked a little bit about this on the live stream on Sunday night. One of the most incredible games because, again, talk about two halves of football. This was two halves of football. Leipzig, fantastic in the first half on the break. Sesko, as you said rightly so, 15 million increase in his transfer fee. Absolutely incredible Trivella finish. Erbig slipping over for that one there, allowing him to score. Klosterman made it 2-0. Getting on the end of a round ball into the box. Going to halftime 2-0. Bayern looked flat. They looked off it. Looked a little bit nervy, almost like they were going in expecting the result. But Leipzig are playing for Champions League football, so they had a lot to play for. Come the second half, they turned around. Fantastic start. Eric Dyer, again on the score sheet, to score the first goal in the 62nd minute. And then Michael Olise basically scored from the kickoff. So they had 2 goals in 40 seconds, 2-2. But then took the lead through Kimmich Sane in the 83rd minute, Kimmich hitting him up. And then right at the end, Yusuf Poulsen off the bench, the veteran, the experienced man, Javi Simons, had a hell of a game finding him in behind to score with basically the last kick of the game.
Yep.
At that point in time, the title wasn't Bayern Munich's, but then I think what I said in my reaction video to it, quite rightly so, Leverkusen dropped more points to give Bayern the title.
Talk about nervy. Leverkusen played very nervy.
They played very nervy.
They're very nervy.
But Harry Kane gets his title. Bayern get their trophy. They get back to where I guess they belong, winning the title there. And I said in my video, they've only lost 2 games, got the best defensive, best attack, but it still feels like a 6 out of 10 type Bayern or 7 out of 10 type Bayern. They got a long way to go, but with the rumours of some of the players they're going to sign, it's going to be a very, very dangerous.
Florian Wirtz
is there, apparently. He's talked to Alonso, doesn't want to go and join Real.
Why?
So this tends to get even better with Olise, Wirtz and Musiala in behind a central striker of Harry Kane.
I think our Bundesliga coverage might end this year, to be honest. If Wirtz goes
Game's
to, if he goes to Bayern, what's the point in talking about the Bundesliga? Because, like, yeah, that better not happen. Just, if you're going to leave, just anywhere but fucking Bayern. Literally anywhere but Bayern. But yeah, like, they fully deserve it. They've been way better than, more consistent, way more consistent than Leverkusen all year. And it's always felt like when Leverkusen had a chance to, you know, get closer, they've just bottled it. And they've played nervy. Wirtz was quiet. He didn't really do too much. Maybe, obviously, his head's probably just at the end of the season with Alonso leaving, and, you know, Frimpong's probably going to leave, and I assume a few others as well. So it's been a nice ride for Leverkusen. We've enjoyed the last 2 years, but yeah.
You're saying ciao. You're saying done.
They're going to lose. Just if you lose Florian Wirtz, like you're cooked. Yeah. You know, like getting as good as Alex Garcia, you know, can be. He's nothing.
Not quite.
Like they're going to lose. Maybe at least one of their fullbacks. They're going to lose Tar, their captain. So yeah, it's gonna have to find the next Alonso. I guess that's what they're gonna have to do.
That's gonna be a tough task.
Iraola or
Beg.
Sebastian Hoeneß, or
maybe Hoeneß has to go to a big club.
Maybe, yeah, or Michel, considering he's probably kept Girona safe.
Yeah,
so, you know,
hit the Spanish theme.
Yeah, may as well just keep it similar to Alonso. So
Fabregas,
yeah,
you can try and get him out.
That'd be nice.
Como.
Bring along fucking Nico Paz to play the 10.
Asandia can
okay, they're not quite done yet. They can go another year, but yeah, Bayern deserves it. Like,
thoughts on Company though, because
that was going to be my first question.
Yeah,
is Company still good enough for the job?
Well, remember, I laughed at him.
Bro, we sat on this very couch and were like laughing at the appointment.
We were mocking the football. Like, we thought they were gone. We thought, you got Eric Dyer as a signing, you got Vincent Company, you're going to finish fucking 8th. That's sort of where we were sitting, we're thinking, like, no chance. And it actually has come out, and he was their, like, 7th choice. Yeah. Which, that got to keep you in a good mental state, knowing you're the 7th choice to join Bayern Munich. But, like, it's a different management style. Yeah. And I think it was a management style they needed. He took the blame. Every time they didn't perform, it was on me. Yeah. I don't know how much longer that can go if you want to be like a very successful side. Because again, tactically, it's very, very similar to how Barcelona were with Hansi Flick last night. It's very orientated to attacking football and committing numbers forward. And if plan A doesn't work, though, then you do get exposed with a slightly higher line or defensive mistakes. I just don't see how they can go to plan B. Yeah. And that's just that's the frailty of a Vincent Company system. But they've had to really show that this year because
they haven't really been challenged.
Yeah.
And they got challenged in the Champions League, and I know they put up a decent fight against Inter, but Inter are a better side than them. This Bayern side still has a long way to go. I think there's a lot of improvement. So they're going through transition, I think, now with obviously Muller leaving, which I think is the right decision. I know a lot of people are like, why wouldn't you give him another year? I think with how much pressure Bayern managers come under, like, doesn't matter what you've done the previous year, if you're not winning the league, like, you're gone. Like, you need to get rid of these players a year earlier. So it's going to be a big window for them, and it sort of restarts with Company next year. Like, this year's kind of as good as he's been, and the job he's done's been really good. Next year, they need to do better in the Champions League for sure.
Well, that's the thing. You got the leeway this year because they won nothing last year. Yeah. But next year you come again, you have to at least
be a bit more competitive. Yeah. And even in the league phase, like, they would absolutely shock. Yeah, but again, he's still a young manager. I think it's obviously a good appointment because they won the league, but it's just one of those, you know, players that's become a manager that players from around the world just respect. Yeah, like it's like Fabregas, like,
command the dressing room.
Yeah, you see Vincent Company, like, oh shit, like, you know, better play. Eric Dyer, like, let me listen to Vincent Company. You know what I mean?
Well, let's not even to Eric Dyer, but he's probably been their best player in the last 5 games. He's
probably been their
3 goal contributions.
I was going to say best defender, but he's actually been their best player. Yeah, who would have thought Eric Dyer? Now he's taking the bag and fucking off.
Fair play there. Get the trophy and get out of there.
Get the trophy. Get the bag. So fair play to him.
That's where the one position they need to strengthen. They need probably 3 centre halves.
Upamecano's been good this year.
Very good.
Kim Min-jae.
I think Kim Min-jae's gone. I don't think he stays.
I think Saudi clubs will probably bid for him, to be honest. Maybe different Korean clubs. But
At least 2 centre halves then, because you need a
Yeah,
partner and a backup
for
at
sure.
least.
I think they're targeting Huijsen, but I think he'll probably stay in the Prem.
I think he's
which
Prem bound, yeah.
is obviously Fabrizio's been saying that. But yeah, they're going to need centre halves. I think they're getting Tar though, aren't they?
Well, now I'm seeing him linked to Manchester United now as well. Amram wants him as well.
Oh, God.
So, like...
Who knows? I thought that deal was agreed fucking 12 months ago.
Thought it was
But
agreed as well.
yeah, they need centre halves. They'll probably get Verts, as annoying as it is. And yeah, just a defence, to be honest. And probably another midfielder.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, their forward line's stacked. I mean, you got Elise.
I guess if you actually buy centre halves and defenders, you don't have to put Stanisic at the back and play him in midfield.
They might need another forward, actually, because I'm assuming Matisse Tell's gonna leave.
Yep.
Even, Kingsley Coman's, like Sane, these sorts of players, if they
do
they get big offers from Saudi,
Yeah.
I think the club might go,
Let him go. Get the wages.
So,
It's
It'd be
crazy
interesting.
because it feels like it's a whole new start again.
yeah.
They've only lost 2 games in the Bundesliga, but the point I mentioned on that video, no win versus Dortmund or Leverkusen this year. They just drew those games. So it felt like a year of just...
And they should have lost to Leverkusen.
Yeah,
They fucking got
battered.
hammered. They just parked the bus. So
They just sort of plugged the holes this year
yeah.
in a very good way. There's not us underrating their season, but it wasn't a vintage Bayern
Yeah, no.
season. It was just Leverkusen and Dortmund were so poor that the gap has been there.
Everyone else was pretty poor, and Bayern were good, but they didn't have to. That's the thing. They didn't have to be amazing.
No, they just had to get the job
They
done.
just had to be consistent, and that's what they were. So
Made the vid at the start of the year, Michael at least say the difference maker. He was, I think.
he's been huge. Yeah, he's
massive.
next year. Wouldn't be surprised if he doubles his numbers from this year, to be honest.
If they're a coherent side, absolutely. Yeah. Another side that's very coherent right now is Borussia Dortmund. 4-0. Absolutely battered Wolfsburg. Have had an awful 2025, by the way. They've really struggled kind of turn here. A Garassi double, Adeyemi double. Gross heavily involved. They won 5 out of the last 6. 12 goals in the last 5 games. Serge Garassi's 19th Bundesliga goal.
He's had a great fucking year, man.
We'll literally follow this up with our team this season for Bundesliga, but he's killed it. He's finally getting the service as well.
Yeah.
And I want to mention this for a few teams coming up. I think a lot of the teams we're going to be mentioning are these type of sides. Changing managers and just going back to basics, which is let's defend first.
Yeah.
Just counter-attack.
They rarely concede now.
No, that's the thing. They went from being one of the worst defensive teams and worst travelling teams in the league to probably the best team come 2025. And it's pretty simple. Same with Roma, with Ranieri.
Literally, yeah.
Same with Juventus and Nico Tudor. It's let's just defend first, keep it compact, and spring the counter-attack. And when all these sides, Dovbyk, Garassi, Vlahovic, like you got 3 strikers, you just put the ball in the back of the net. So you don't need to give them many chances. You just need to give them some chances.
Give them something, yeah.
And if you sit back and absorb pressure, you can get teams in the break. That's when these strikers bag. And I think it's like the question I get for you though, like because this does work and it works now come the end of the season, but you've already the season's done. You're basically salvaging what you can, which is Champions League football. Going into next year under this new manager, whether it be for Juventus, whether it be for Roma, whether it be for Dortmund, do they go back again and try and play ball retention through the lines, 3 at the back type, or do they just continue with this, the classic sort of 4-2-3-1, but just be more defensively sound?
No, you gotta continue with it. I mean, it's got them back in for
mix.
Dortmund specifically, they're back in the top 4 race, which, to be honest, has probably only been through Garassi. Like he's been nuts all year. I'm not gonna lie, Juventus I've given up on because seriously, what they did to Motto and how he was treated, like expecting the dude to like literally win the league title with a fucking depleted young shit squad, which is what it is. And then Roma, I mean, if they can sign Ranieri for 25 years, then
inject him with the IV.
But I think he's like taking a new role in the football club.
Has he?
I think he's not being the coach, but he's like football operations or something like that. I don't know what it's called. The boss. But I think he'll be coaching again very soon, to be honest.
Yeah, that's he'll find a job, yeah.
I think for Dortmund, I think what we're seeing is what the coach's ideas are.
Yeah, true.
I don't think they'll change too much. I think they should just stop going after every left winger on the planet, to be honest, because it seems like they're always linked to a left winger.
Looking like Real Madrid.
If they could just buy a DM, they've needed a DM for like 2 years, 3 years. Like they need a DM, and I mean, that's the thing. They bought a lot of defenders last year, so they don't need much.
Anton's getting there.
Yeah.
It's taking him 12 months, but he's getting there.
Yeah. Like,
it's a few spots, just one or two positions, and they're good to go.
Try and keep Adeyemi if they can, but
it's about who you play as well.
They just need a 6.
Yeah.
And if you're going to keep going the Stuttgart route, go for Angelo Stiller.
Mm-hmm. Hell of a year for him. He's had a hell of a
He's had a great year. So, yeah. Dortmund's an interesting one because it feels like next year they're going to bounce back because they sort of have these years where they'll compete for the title and then they'll fucking fall off a cliff and then they'll bounce back next year. So, yeah, I think if Dortmund can just keep this squad, maybe add a few here and there, I think they should be back up near the top next year.
Well, they need this Champions League football. They're getting very, very close to it. Let me double check this. I had it up earlier. But the race now for the top 4 is very much heating up.
It's
Dortmund in
close
5th, 1.1 Freiburg.
But they were like 12th 2 months ago. Like
just
13th.
Shows, though, a bit of form and a consistency in this league in particular.
Yeah.
You can jump up. Mainz are falling off a cliff. Leipzig is trying to stay with it.
Leipzig are just...
Frankfurt look about safe. So it is going to be a battle between Freiburg and Dortmund.
Yeah, Freiburg are 4th, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 games to go.
They should have beaten Leverkusen.
They should have. Leverkusen played
that could be a bad point, that.
Yeah, in the end. But it's a lot to play for.
Yeah, still.
I'll be keen to see how it all ends up because in the end, Dortmund have played some good football come the end of the season. They probably
this is the
it.
perfect time to be peaking.
Yeah.
So
we need them to go from the start next year.
2 more games left, I think.
2 more games to go.
2 more games. Please.
I think we're back.
Hopefully.
It looks like we're back.
Good.
We'll see how we go.
I thought it was your fucking Word document that was like shitting
I'd rather
itself.
the Word document go. We've already had problems with the fucking everything else today. All right. My goalkeeper and back 4. Golashi in goal. 13 clean sheets. Vanek 36 goals in 28 games. So he's in for me.
Yep.
I think that's the banker. I've still got Mittelstadt at left back.
Okay.
His chance creation this year has been very, very good from left back, so I've kept him in. I put Rasmus Christensen from Frankfurt at right back. I feel like I had to get a Frankfurt player in there considering how well they've played this year.
Yep.
Dominic Kor furthers that at centre half. And then Delph Meccano, who I've rated pretty high this year. I've been pretty impressed with, especially next to Kim Min-jae. He stood out. He's had some stats here, 6 ball recoveries, 2.5 clearances per game, 7 clean sheets. In his limited games, he's been injured a lot second half of the year. So Golashi for his start of the season and his saves in games. Mittelstadt, Upamecano, Dominic Kor, and Rasmus Christensen.
Very nice, mate.
The back 4.
I'll do my goalkeeper and 3 centre backs.
Yep.
I've got Zentner in goal.
Yeah, he's been huge.
He's had a really good year, and Mainz's defence has been fucking insane. I think
tier.
they've only conceded like 40 goals.
Second best defence in the league.
And Zentner's been fucking really good this year. My 3 centre halves includes two fullbacks. So I've got Christensen at centre half. I've got Upamecano.
Yep.
And I've kept Grimaldo. I think his start of the year and his middle half as well was really, really strong. He was one of Leverkusen's best players.
Yeah.
Again, Mittelstadt was close, but I just edged it to Grimaldo.
Yeah.
Because I'm a massive
in a better team as well, I guess. It's fair enough. All right, I'll go with my midfield 4 then. So left mid, I went Vincenzo Grifo. 8 goals, 10 assists. Really came to life comes in November, December time. He had a really good run between sort of November to February. The start of the season towards now hasn't been as great, but has contributed in Freiburg, great form. The right midfielder speaks for himself. Elise, 10 goals, 13 assists. Just, I think, single-handedly the difference maker at some points this season. And then my midfield duo, I know you're going to go Stiller. Well, I hope you're going Stiller because I end up going Joshua Kimmich and Nadem Amiri in midfield. Okay. So I want to change up a little bit. Very attacking midfield combination. But Kimmich obviously probably goes down as the player of the season for Bayern. Always there for them. Always important, the skipper. And Amiri, again, the stats are not ridiculous. Only 7 goals and 4 assists. But in that sort of number 8 / number 10 role, that's really, really good work for the side and drives them forward a lot. Yeah. A really, really bright player for the future, I think. So Amiri's in there with me.
Very nice. I'll do my midfield 5 essentially. Yeah. So my 2 sort of holding, I've got Kimmich and Stiller.
Yeah.
They've been both ridiculous. Kimmich has probably been the player of the Bundesliga, to be honest.
Probably is, yeah.
Like they win it. I mean, you'd say Wirtz, but I think Wirtz has been quite a little bit lately.
Yeah.
I've got Wirtz at like sort of the 10, and then on my wings I've got Elise, and I've managed to put Ekatike in. I think
you squeeze out there.
Yeah, I think Frankfurt needed a couple of representatives, so yeah, I've squeezed him out onto the left.
Yeah, agree. Okay, my front two, I think they sort of speak for themselves. Serge Guirassy, the 19 goals, and Harry Kane with the 24 goals. So that's not two strikers.
Yeah, it's kind of
probably the most exciting packages in the league. So
it was obviously Schick's got the same amount of goals as Guirassy, but just for overall impact, Guirassy's literally carried that Dortmund side to still potentially getting Champions League. I think there was that push in Gladbach striker Klein did something. He's been pretty good. Very good. And there's another striker as well,
Burkhardt in there. Obviously,
Mamouche.
I know. Came to my mind. I'm like,
but can we put a Man City player?
I was gonna say he left for Man City. I'm like,
It's like on FIFA if they gave him a fucking Frankfurt Team of the Season card. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Just didn't feel right. So no, I left him. He was close. I'll tell you what. I was like
very close
because of his start of the season. And again, Ekatike came to mind as well, but you can't not put Kane or Guirassy in.
Yeah, they have to be in.
They're just different level strikers. So
no did you have Musiala?
No Musiala and no Wirtz for me either.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Look, Musiala's probably closer to going in than Wirtz because when Wirtz, and I guess I'm sort of blaming him, but it's not his fault. When he got injured, their season fell apart. Yeah. And he missed, a good 8 weeks. And that for me, you can't go in a team like that. Especially when I want to shout out, I play like an Emiri midfield. Yeah. I wanted Stiller as well, but I knew you'd have.
I just wanted to spread it out a bit. Yeah. I could have easily done fucking Kimmich, Musiala, and Wirtz, but
it could have been a Leverkusen Bayern 11, realistically.
With like Christensen
or Guirassy just chucked in there.
Exactly.
Like it's
spread it out a bit.
Spread it out a little bit. And I feel like both keepers that we've mentioned, Zentner and Guirassy, need to be more talked about. They had some fantastic seasons.
Ridiculous seasons,
but there we go. There is our team of the season for the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
With no Prem this week, we'll quickly just touch some big games there. Huijsen's market values increased tenfold again as he scored 3 goals this year. United, Tottenham, and Arsenal, the 3 games he scored in. So he loves a big game.
Loves a big big goal.
He scored the first goal for Semenya long throw. Then Evan Nilsson with a proper Evan Nilsson goal. I think it hit his chest and went into the net from basically the goal line.
Apparently it hit his arm or something. I don't
think it hit his arm.
I didn't watch the highlights for that game because it's kind of irrelevant for both teams.
Both teams are irrelevant. Yeah, it keeps the half chance.
Can Bournemouth get you?
Potentially now. Now they're in 8th.
Okay, yeah.
If Chelsea and United or Spurs win, they'll get that last
Which they should.
spot. Saying that, Real Betis in the Conference League, mate. They're a dangerous beast in the Conference League.
Anthony on Cucurella, we will be there.
He's done. Cucurella's on skates, mate. He's cool. But yeah, massive game, and massive for Bournemouth, I guess, as a club. First ever win at the Emirates. League double over Arsenal. Yeah. Arsenal lost 4 games in a year. 2 of them have come to Bournemouth. And Donny Ariola stocks skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Huijsen skyrocketing. Evan Nilsson with the goal. Huijsen with the goal. 3 clearances of the block and did everything else. And Declan Rice was fantastic again for Arsenal, but they're not really playing for much. And then Palace and Forest on Monday Night Football. Forest, a little bit worried.
Just stumbling a little.
1 win in the last 5. Only 1 point ahead of Villa in 7th. 7th is the definite Conference League spot right now. Yeah. I think Aston Villa jump them. Yeah, so we're talking about a team that was 3rd, 2 points off Arsenal to now probably being 7th. Coming into the season. Yeah. Is this reality? Is this going to continue next season like a Girona type fall off?
I hope not, because the league's better when Nottingham are in the league and doing pretty well. But yeah, it's just they've just. I don't think any of their players have ever been in this situation.
They don't know how to do it, do they?
They just don't know how to grind out wins, essentially. So when it's all going well and everything's on their terms, they look fucking brilliant, as we've seen for 80% of the year. But these last couple of weeks, when it's gotten a bit tough, when teams are starting to figure them out a little bit and the goal scoring's dried up, they just can't find ways to win, which is fine because fucking people had them going down, people had them near the bottom. Yeah. So as long as they get Europe, it's still been an unbelievable season. But yeah, it's we were in Champions League. If we just managed to, the Brentford at home, that's a bad one. Yeah. That's a really bad one. And just, everything is Palace outplayed. Palace had 2.5 XG. Eze hits the crossbar. Palace got an eye on the fucking FA Cup. They really couldn't give a shit. For a team that
shouldn't have cared, they were very good in this game. Good, yeah. Eze and Mateta superb.
Fucking Kamada's
he shut me up.
He's turning a little bit. He's still
if Dante Kamada starts performing with his Palace side, if they keep Wharton,
if they keep this team together, they could very easily do I don't think they won't do a Nottingham Forest and becoming. Well, you never know, becoming 3rd, but they could be around Europe for sure.
With the 10th,
if they keep
so
this,
they're going to be the 10th best team this year, I think. At the end of it
sort
all.
of per the
As
last
every
decade.
single,
The last decade.
season.
I think they've
Since
been the
Milan
10th,
Jedmak was
they've
there.
been the 10th best team since fucking Johan Kabay was there when they first fucking went to the Premier League.
Like considering it's well, if we have to take it to the top 6 being the big 6, it's a 16 sized top half these days apparently. It's a very impressive season for them, considering how poor they started and how they probably shouldn't be finishing well. They're finishing the season very, very well. You've got young players coming through. Munoz staying now, re-signing. Chilwell potentially is going to sign a contract there now and confirm that deal. You're getting depth. Henderson is a great goalkeeper. See, Maxence Lacroix, I've talked about him a fair bit. He's fantastic.
He's
You keep Gahey, you keep
him and
Ward.
Gahey could be like the new Milinkovic and Murillo.
Well, it might as well be.
For sure. They're very good. Very good.
It's very, very... But Eberechi Eze is the one for me. If he goes early in the window, I think the mass exodus starts.
Yeah, I think it's like if he stays, I
Everyone
reckon
stays?
Wharton will be like, let's give it another year.
One
Let's
more crack at
let's
it,
give
yeah.
another year. Even Boom Boom.
Yeah.
He can he can stay and not go to fucking Saudi like a John Duran or something.
Don't waste your career.
Yeah, they could be. Are you going to live stream the FA Cup?
We'll be live in the FA Cup final.
Because Palace Eze needs to score because fucking this
limbs
room will
if Eze
the
scores.
table will be flipped and oh man.
I love a Palace and
The
Eze
reactions
goal,
are
mate.
so good.
I love
It's
a Palace
so
and
good.
Eze
They do
goal.
well on TikTok as well.
The Palace fans,
Mate,
they can't enforce the Palace
Palace support here is fucking
ridiculous.
through the roof.
We must have a breakaway channel.
might have
Eagles
to.
only or something like that. Glasnow's boys.
Glasnow's boys, Glasnow's army.
Eze, what a game. He had 1 goal, hit the woodwork, 6 out of 7 ground duels, 1.
Could Ollie
100%
Glasnow leave?
Yeah.
Because he's
Leverkusen.
a great manager, man. But I feel no one's really... They're talking about Palace as a side, but not Glasnow as a manager, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, because Iriola gets the chat with Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Obviously
It's same
Everton's
with like
great
Marco
career.
Silva at Fulham.
Yeah.
Like it's
But I
the
think
Fulham side that get
Crystal Palace ownership would love that if it's just
Oh
he
yeah,
doesn't get talked
yeah.
about.
Any ownership would
Yeah.
love that. Like, talk about the team. Don't talk about the
With-
guy that's making it
He did
happen.
come from Frankfurt, who now turns it around. So he laid the
He got
the
Didn't
foundations
he
there.
won the Europa League with Frankfurt, didn't he?
He did 2, didn't he?
Yeah,
that was that
against Rangers.
Rangers
Was-
final, that
was
crazy
one?
final.
Yeah.
So he did the groundwork there. They've gone and done what they've done. Obviously, that's not directly his work, but he laid the foundations.
Yeah.
Now he's doing this with Palace. Again, that could get them Europe. They win the FA Cup.
Yeah, I never
So I
know
don't get
how
how
this
this works
works
now.
because you always get Man City winning it, so
Yeah,
no one talks about it.
They might get the Europa League with the FA Cup.
I think I've heard people say you get Europe for it, but I
Maybe
always
that's
forget.
how
I
those
don't
10
know.
teams get it. Maybe that's how 10
Yeah.
teams. I remember there
So
was
if Palace win, they get Europe.
man.
They come on.
John Philippe
Fuck
Mateta
off
in the
Man
Europa
City,
League, probably the most dynamic
Yes.
duo I think I've ever heard
I
of.
need Boom Boom in.
On him
in Europa
kicking
League.
corner flags all around
Yes,
Europe.
I want a mad edit of like that song and the Europa League anthem. Like that's that's gonna be
I can't wait till he kicks it down a corner flag.
If they
in
get
Spain.
Europe, Eze stays, Wharton
all stay.
stays, they all
And
stay.
there probably signs and
So
players as well.
This game is the biggest
massive.
in Palace history.
Yes, but they haven't won a trophy.
100%. Big.
This
like,
is the
not even
chance for their
close.
first ever trophy.
Is bigger than when they got promoted. Whenever that game, bro.
It's big for Man City
It's
as
not.
well.
It's not just about getting trophies. It's about literally keeping all of our players.
Yeah, this is the future now.
keeping
Now
our
is the
future.
yeah.
Keeping our future. So.
Yeah,
And,
we
and the
will
amount
be
of, the amount
there.
of money they're going to get as well.
It's
Like,
massive.
they already spend a good amount, Palace. Like they do spend.
You watch them,
So-
they'll bolster that midfield.
Yeah.
They'll get another forward.
Come on,
becomes
Palace.
dangerous.
Come on, Palace. I think even Man City fans will end up going for Palace.
Well, City have qualified Champions League now. They don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
They're in that. But you know how Pep is with trophies. And
Oh, yeah.
last year probably would have hurt him.
Yeah,
He's probably still
after the
thinking about
divorce,
last year.
he'll want this. He'll need this.
Is he even remarried? I think. Or
What's the same?
They're trying to like...
What the fuck? Oh, well, then the league's
The greatest-
done for next year.
the greatest comeback
He
in all
realised
time.
it's not actually my coaching ability. It's the misso that's the reason I've won all these leagues.
Mate, she was doing the magnets. I'm calling you right now. She was doing the magnets at the house. And he was just
So again,
converting.
so we're not talking about Bundesliga next year.
Or the Pro.
And the Monday potty's fucked.
Game's gone. Game is completely gone. We'll talk about this league though. The Serie A continues to deliver. Probably two of the most boring games on the weekend, but these had the most storylines around them. Roma get the 1-0 win versus Fiorentina. Dovbyk again. Find the back.
How many goals is he on this year now?
There's 14 in the
14?
league now. Shumanotov headed the ball back into the area. He put it at the back of the net. Svila the hero, to be honest though. He was ridiculous in this game here. save after save after save. Moise Keane was through one-on-one for like 4 times in this one here.
Yeah.
But Spilo to the rescue. A massive day for them because the way results worked out later on with Bologna and Juventus, they are now absolutely in the hunt for Champions League football. I think now it's 14 games unbeaten, if I'm not mistaken. An extended run for Roma. They come in with the form now with a few games to go. And I think they're 5th, only 1 point off
I didn't actually have a look at this ladder.
the top 4.
Because it is
got to write this all
mental
down.
how close it is. Like, there's like, what, 4 or 5 teams that can
So
still...
they're equal on points with the Juve.
Jesus
So
Christ.
goal difference is going to become a big deal. So Juve in 4th on 63 with 20 goal difference. Roma in 5th on 63 with 18 goal difference. Lazio in 6th with 63 points, 13 goal difference. Bologna now dropped to 7th with 62 points after they drew to Juventus in that game there. Again, a game where pro Bologna deserved the win, but Juventus
Juve do what they do and
on.
get... Oh, my prediction is still on with Juve getting more draws than wins. That's still...
Just tell you what,
Still got a glimmer of hope.
with a couple games to go, they probably will do that.
How many games are left?
3 games to
3
go.
games.
Lazio on the weekend, massive game for
That's
Juve.
big.
Milan and Bologna, massive game. And then Fiorentina, Venezia, Atalanta, Roma
I just seen that. Jesus.
on Monday night. That's a fabulous game. There's going to be massive games with massive implications.
Then there's Fiorentina, Bologna, and Roma, Milan the next
They're
week.
all playing each other, which is the best
I'm
thing
looking
about
at the
this.
last match week to see if there's any...
Any sneakies there.
Okay, they don't really know. They don't really play.
But by then we
each other,
could
but-
really know how it's all going to line up.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Atalanta might slip into this fight as well.
Take your pick.
Yeah.
Take your pick because it's... Jesus. Fucking, yeah.
So Bologna went from being 5th to 7th in the space of a weekend whilst not even losing. That's sort of where we're at right now. Bologna have only won 1 out of the last 5. Lazio have won 3 out of the last 5.
It's a good race. And fucking Como sneakily just in the top 10.
Top half.
Like,
And they've won
Jesus.
6 in a row, Como.
6 in a row.
And they're closing in on
Parma are safe, which is a good story.
top half there.
It's just Lecce and Venezia.
Lecce and Venezia battling out with
Empoli, I
Empoli.
guess. Yeah.
And Monza just shit the bed.
Bro, they've won 2 games all year.
Hey, they got more points than Southampton.
Was one against Milan?
I think it was. It's hard of the year. It's Milan.
Of course it was.
Again,
The
Milan.
ultimate tease.
They give to the poor, they steal from the rich.
Yeah.
That is Milan Football Club. Yes, not much to really talk about from the Roma game, but the Juventus Bologna game. In terms of clear-cut chances, not many, but my God, Bologna be kicking themselves. They couldn't get the win here.
Big time.
65% possession, 9 shots, but 0 big chances. Lukumi was superb at the back. 6 tackles, a goal line clearance, that one there. One of these ground jewels. But it's one of those games where, like I was saying to you earlier, it was Juventus have just parked the bus.
Yeah.
We'll nick a moment, and the moment came early on. Skorupski probably at fault there. He didn't really cover himself in much glory there with the ball sort of straight at him from Thuram, but it got past him. And then Freuler with the equaliser later on. But late in that game there, Ferguson had a few chances, Cambiar get a few chances. They just couldn't quite
couldn't.
get that moment they
I wish
needed.
they did because, like I said earlier, I'm just fucking done with Juventus this season. Honestly,
Sick of the shit.
I'm tired of them, and we like talk about them for 5-10 minutes here and there. But I wish Bologna won that game. They were the better side. They'll be kicking themselves
They had a lot of those at Udinese.
the way they've been playing, they probably are the 4th best team in Serie A.
They did convert though. They just need to get over the line.
Yeah, but as long as they get Europe, it's been a
hell of a
ridiculous
year.
season.
Yeah.
So
Fingers crossed at least Europa.
It's just I'm so annoyed at Juve. I am, man. Like, bro.
The anti-Juve
I
club
mean,
is...
what's changed since this new manager's come in? Like,
Let's go into Allegri. We're going to Allegri football again.
like yeah, it's just it's still boring. Like, it's still shit football. But the difference was this was supposed to be a project, like a 5-year project under Motta. Not literally, they literally would have expected him to win the league this year. The way he didn't lose for up until after Christmas, didn't he?
Yeah. Was it 8 wins and 13 draws?
And the squad is, for Juventus, it's absolutely shit. Like, Lloyd Kelly is still playing. Like, what is going on there?
It'll be interesting what happens when Bremer and Gatti get back.
Yeah. They missed their captain all year.
Yeah. And probably the best defender in Serie A.
Give Motto another chance.
Motta may get another chance. They'll find
Roma.
a club for him. Roma. There we go.
Roma.
Roma's going to go through managers like that. They just
Actually,
go
no,
through.
don't go to Roma. Because fucking Ranieri will be... No, don't go to Roma. Go Go to Leverkusen. Go to
Pick a
go to
club up
Girona.
and fix.
You know,
Yeah, fix up Girona.
go back and fix them. You know.
I can't imagine he'll be out of a job for long.
Yeah,
Someone will find him.
Surely not.
They'll find him.
Not. Yeah, like he didn't even do that bad. Like okay, Champions League wasn't great, but
but like we've said all year, the squad's not it.
Shit, yeah.
The squad's not the
It's
right
a young
squad.
squad. It's not the greatest squad.
It's not good enough. Yeah. There we go. So that's the Serie A run. Again, not much to talk about to the game, but storylines are heating up.
Obviously, Napoli kept winning,
And Napoli
and
did the bare minimum. Inter got the penalty and they scored, and Napoli.
There's got to be another twist in this.
Well, both teams weren't convincing.
Yeah, and Inter now they're just going to be fucked.
Yeah, but
they're going to be so knackered.
Right though that this weekend with a lot of rotation, you bring in some of the Zalewski and the kids.
The keeper will come up and score. The backup.
Yeah, it's also Martinez comes into the header later on.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
to fry up the bench. I still think there's another turn in.
There's definitely another turn.
3 games to go.
Honestly, I want Napoli to lose, and I want Inter to win, and I want both teams to win
the playoff game.
Give us the playoff.
I want the playoff. Could you imagine you go from a Champions League final into a playoff?
Oh, that'd be the best week in football as a player and a fan.
Oh, absolutely.
It could end fucking horribly.
Fans could die. It's a heart
Fans could be jumping from the top of San Siro. but oh my God, if they were to imagine that, win the playoff and then go and win the Champions League, that city would be fucking celebrating for 10 years.
I'm assuming they'd put it after the Champions League final.
What would you rather as a player going into that? Would
Champions League first.
Yeah.
Because your legs are going to be cooked no matter what, but you want to be fresher for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming there'll be a rough 4-day turnaround for the playoff. I can't imagine there'll be enough of a break.
Yeah. No. Yeah, because you got to factor in Napoli. It'll be a while.
Napoli will be fresh as. They played one game all year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They played one game
that's true,
a week all season.
I forgot about that.
They played at an interview playing every third day.
Tell you what, they're going to be a big watch next year with Champions League, and they're going to be a big watch.
But if Inter can pull this out, the rabbit out the bag again and get to a playoff.
If they win the league and win the Champions League.
Where does this
rank?
rank?
They won another trophy? No, they didn't win because
they lost
Milan,
the Coppa and the Super Coppa. They got knocked out as well.
Surely an Inter player has to be up for the Ballon d'Or.
I guess Lautaro hasn't had a good year, but he's done enough for me.
Yeah.
But you're right. Dented Dumfries or Bastoni for me goes in the hat.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Bastoni, it was fantastic last night.
Dumfries winning the Ballon d'Or?
The game will be back.
Trent said he wants to win the Ballon d'Or.
Dumfries
and a fucking right back from Inter Milan's gonna do it before him.
By the way, Mohamed Salah is such a happy man right now.
His price would have it would have gone from $12 to fucking 5, I reckon, 5 or 6.
Once the Serbia scored, I should have punted on Mohamed Salah. Because that moment, instantly he's got his chances. He could end up still winning it.
He could still win it.
Obviously, PSG win it.
I think he has to break I think it's 30 goals, 20 assists, I think.
2 assists? 1 goal? Or 2 and 2 still?
I think he's got 28 goals and 18 assists.
I know it's 18 assists.
Yeah, he's got 28 goals, I think.
There's still 2.
So, I think he needs to get that to properly have a chance. I still think if PSG win the Champions League...
Dembele walks it in.
Dembele walks it. Arsenal? Declan Rice is going to win it off free kicks.
Nah, I can't give it Declan Rice because he was poor. Can't give
Mikel Merino. Yeah, no.
I give it to Mikel Merino just for the fucking celebration around the corner flag.
It's mad.
It's an open race now. Now that Barca have lost,
fucking race.
It is so open.
Open race.
By the way, Classico on the weekend.
Rafinha could still win it, by the way.
What happens if Real beat Barca at the Classico somehow?
I kind of want that to happen.
And we got a 1 point gap with 3 games to go.
I want that to happen.
Can you imagine the ultimate comeback, Inter win the title?
Oh my God.
And then Real win the title. Mate, social media would not
Hansi Flick will be sacked.
Actually, back to that initial game. I've never seen him so he was rattled.
Yeah.
He looked like he didn't know what to do.
Which is not like Hansi Flick. Because even in the finals, obviously he's undefeated in finals, but he's usually quite calm.
But when that Serbia goal win and they panned to him, and he was just what am I doing now?
Yeah,
what do I do?
Fuck. Because he probably thought there's no chance we're losing this.
Yeah. And then
Serbia
pop up the fucking centre half with his right foot. His wrong foot.
That with a flick, little finish into the roof of the net. Are you serious?
By the way, the knee slides.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
Syria knee slides are just Syria limbs, Syria everything. It's just the fucking bench is.
You might as well call it the Colosseum because that
Honestly.
erupted. It was like Gladiator when he scored that goal.
Of course, the bench was going
Oh, no,
mental.
just
They were
kidding.
going fucking mental at everything. Every tackle,
I love
every
it, I love
pass. Oh, I love it.
I love it.
The keeper coach was fucking.
The
he
keeper
was-
coach is there again.
You see that?
He made it in there.
Oh, he is.
We need to get that guy's name.
He's like the complete opposite of Arsenal's free kick coach. Everyone hates him. Everyone fucking loves this guy.
But no one knows this guy. He's,
Yeah,
Joe
no one knows
Ver.
him.
Everyone knows Joe Ver, but where's this guy's name?
This guy won't get his own fucking mural in London, or he won't get his own mural.
Games
so,
games were incredibly gone. The game continues to be gone with this list. I think this is the end of our list,
and it's quite a.
and I've already had a stink because you told me I've forgotten players, and I've already forgotten them in this list.
And I've literally told you, like, I'm probably going to change the list that I have, like, in terms of where I've got them positioned, because
I've used my swap already in these lists a few weeks ago, so
oh,
I'm
yeah,
not swapping any more players. But I already know I've missed one because you told me before we started here.
Yeah,
It's a tough one though.
it's very
Boy,
tough.
it's a tough one.
There's just a few good strikers out there these
Couple
days.
good strikers.
Like, they're not bad, some of them.
Top 10
Fucking hell.
strikers.
They're not bad.
Who's your number 10?
My number 10, it was between Rategi and Osimhen.
Oh, Victor Osimhen's still in the shout.
And I went with Victor Osimhen.
Oh,
I went with Victor Osimhen.
the man
He's had an absolute banger year this year.
incredible year.
24 goals in 27 games. And he's got 41 goal contributions in 37
Yeah,
games.
that's pretty good.
And I know the league is complete shit, but we could say the same about Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah,
And he's going to be quite high.
Yeah,
So, and yeah, like he's 10 because of the league he's in, but he's already proven it in Serie A.
yeah.
So... And the thing with Rategi as well, this is his first year where he's properly
Yeah.
elevated. With Osimhen, it's been a little bit longer. So, yeah, he's goes to number 10.
I had Rategi as a battler, and this is made before last night's game. Marcus Thuram makes number 10 for me.
I love that.
As a combination,
He's in my honourable mention.
yeah, it was Rategi or him, but I just couldn't put him. I couldn't put Rategi above Marcus Thuram. Every time he's played this year,
He's been
it's
mental.
been so important for them.
Yeah.
18 goals, 5 assists. But that doesn't describe how much better he makes Lautaro. That doesn't explain the runs and the pressing in behind. And last night added to his stocks because bro was on one hamstring and he was pressing. He was up the pitch. He was that final goal was because he competes with is it Garcia in the air?
I think it is.
And then that ball sort of trickles on. It's because it's small things like that for me.
Yep.
Again, he might not be the most skillful player, but in a 2, fantastic. So
Yep.
Thuram's my number 10.
I'm very happy you put him in. Very happy. My number 9 is Garassi.
9. Right.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Five him high.
I've
Five him high.
fucked up then. I've fucked up then.
I'm backing in Garassi.
Yeah, joint second in the Bundesliga top goal
Yeah.
scorer this year. Last year, I think he was same. I think he was second as well to Kane.
Yeah,
if I'm not
behind Kane
wrong.
again, yeah.
So he's had a brilliant last sort of 18, 24 months. Again, without his goals, Dortmund would be nowhere near the top 4. And yeah, 13 goals in the Champions League as well. And I did this last night before the Inter Barca game. I think he's still the top goal scorer in the Champions League, which is mad.
Yeah, no, Rafinha only scored 1 goal last night.
So
yeah,
I think he's equal top or he's on top by 1. But yeah, like the most goals in the Champions League. So I had him a little bit higher, but yeah, just I don't really know why he slid down. He just did, to be honest.
Yeah,
he just fucking did.
Fair good name in this list.
He just did.
All right, I'm going to go number 9 with Victor Gyökeres.
Oh,
50 goals and 11 assists is fucking
yeah,
mental
I've got him quite high.
But I am going to take into account the Portuguese league.
Yep, fair enough.
And his history it's been good, but it's not been as good as some of the other players around him. I had him 8-9, I'll be honest, but the guy I end up putting at 8, I just think he's a more complete footballer.
Yeah.
Gyökeres it's like, I think, not many times I agree with Jeremy Carragher, but I think this is what he said. We can't really put Haaland in that best player in the world debate because he's just a goal scorer, which sounds stupid, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's same with Gyökeres, he's just a goal scorer. But the guy I put at 8 is more of a complete, can play out left, can play in behind a striker. So that's why I have him above Gyökeres.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. 50 goals is crazy.
Yeah, it's like that's a fucked.
Stupid listing.
Yeah. My number 8 is Julian Alvarez.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, again, I don't need to fucking say it all the time. What he's achieved is mental
Everything.
throughout his career. after like a relatively slow start.
Yeah, I'd say that as
Atletico,
well.
I think he's been really good lately. I think he's got like 14, 15 La Liga goals this season, I think, something like that.
But 27 across all comps. So
27 across all comps, 7 goals in the Champions League, and he looked good towards the end of the Champions
He was
League.
helping
Towards that
them.
run, he was looking really good. So, and even in the Copa del Rey, I think he's got a goal contribution every game in the 7 games that they played. So, I think next year could be
the big
he
one.
could just erupt next year and be insane for Atletico.
Yeah. I went 8 Marmouche.
Okay. Yeah.
So, this is the ones. I was tossing with him Gorkero, but
Yeah.
Marmouche can play everywhere.
Yeah.
He can play across the whole front line, can play in behind the striker. And that start to the year, where Frankfurt were and where they've sort of dropped off to now,
Yeah.
shows his impact on that side there. But again, I can't put him much higher than the rest because, to call another classic football line, the establishment is above him.
Yeah.
And next year at Man City with a full season, I want to see how he does because he's had a slower start. He got going and then sort of slowed down again. But I think that's just the pep rotation in and out. But if he gets going next year, that's a lot of credit in his bank if he can do it in a pep system. So he's at 8 for me with his 27 goals.
Very nice. My 7. Just give me a moment.
He's just settling the numbers in, just lining them up.
I'm gonna go Gyökeres.
Yeah, okay.
7 is Victor Gyökeres. His last 2 seasons have been like ridiculous.
Is it nearly 100 goals across 2
I think
seasons?
so. Yeah, it's fucked. I mean, I think you said it earlier. He's got 52 goals and 12 assists in 49 games, which no matter the league is
still cool.
Fucked. It's ridiculous. And like under Ruben Amorim, this guy was
he was him.
Like he was insane. Like remember the Champions League performances against Man City where they battered him and he was nuts. So that I was sort of gonna have him higher, but after last night, I've had to reconsider where I had another guy. So
we're going with our hearts today, aren't we? We're really playing with our hearts.
So I just put Lautaro number 1. Is that what we're doing?
Funny you say his name. I got him at 7. Lautaro, my 10 is 7 for me.
7.
Yeah, 21 goals and 3 assists in 47 games. Again, I keep saying it forever. His best football is Inter's best football. And last night for me, it was inspiring. Talk about gladiator shit. He was not fit at all.
Yeah, no.
Should not have been playing. And I think he might have cooked himself for the final because he couldn't run. But when the ball fell to his feet in that first half, he put the ball in the back of the net. And that was literally the reason it was on the pitch. I think that's why Thuram looked cooked come the end of the game because I think Thuram was doing all the pressing and the moving because Lautaro just couldn't move. He couldn't run. But when the ball landed at his feet, he scored that goal. And a clinical Lautaro, for me, is probably one of the best strikers in world football. We saw it at the Copa.
Yeah.
I keep saying he's single-handedly probably got Argentina through that tournament with some of his finishing. In the years gone by, Higuain and the strikers never really delivering. He's delivered for them on the big stage, and I think that was massive for them. Last season, ridiculous. This season, slower. But if they go and win 2 trophies, he's the skipper.
Yeah. Do you remember when people used to call him fake Mauro Icardi? Because they were like the same player.
But he's proven he's not that player.
He's miles better than Icardi.
He's a complete football, and he works so well on the 2.
Yeah.
Fantastic, the 2 up top. So got him at 7.
He's my number 6. He was number 7. I had Gyökeres ahead of him, but he's pulling on the heartstrings here, so he had to go at least a little bit higher.
Skipper.
He should be higher. Like he's just such a good footballer, such a good striker. But obviously the year he's had, it has been a lot quieter than it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Still producing the Champions League. He's still got like a decent amount of goals and stuff.
Yeah.
But like his numbers in the Serie A aren't great. His performances haven't been to the level that we know he can be. So and also the ones ahead of him have probably just been a lot better. So he's my number 6.
6 for me is Guirassy. I'm pretty high.
Nice. Yeah.
32 goals, 6 assists. But Champions League.
Yeah,
Champions League, absolute menace.
Yeah.
Nearly made it awkward for Barcelona. Is making it awkward for Freiburg and Frankfurt with them pushing into the top 4 there. And this is 2 seasons in a row now. This is 2 seasons in a row, 2 different teams, playing 2 different brands of football, and going through some rough patches with his side and still delivering. We said it, you said it, and it's coming true, that if he was not there, where would Dortmund be? And it wouldn't be anywhere near this spot because they're playing, they've already played from behind, but they'll be playing a long way behind for Sergio Guirassy at the start of the season. And it says a lot. Like he's in the prime of his career, making a big move. Doesn't always go right, and he's made sure it's gone right with his work rate and his finishing. So he goes number 6 for me.
Very nice. My number 5. Just want to.
It's tricky now. It gets tricky now.
I'm gonna go with Isak.
Whoa, okay.
I'm gonna go
He's
with
like
Isak.
a 5. Wow.
Yeah. Now that I've said that out loud,
I wonder who I've got. Like, you got that I don't have. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. He has been the best striker in the Premier League this season.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to be wanted by all the big clubs, not just in the Premier League, but abroad as well.
I know who you
it's just resume.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's just resume. So yeah, he's that like saying it out loud is like, well, Isak at 5. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, I'm going to stick with it.
Well, don't worry, you're not alone here. I've made a rogue shout here. I've gone 5 Lewandowski.
Ooh,
Yeah, I've gone low.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know how I can dig myself out of this hole here. I don't know how I can do this. See, I worked down. No,
I'm still figuring out where to put Lewandowski.
I worked from top down this one here, and the 4 that came to my mind were the 4 I put in the top 4. And that I probably could have looked at it a little bit closely, but I didn't. He has got a ridiculous resume this season, and his career 40 goals this year is crazy. But a part of a very, very good team that scored over 160 goals.
Yeah.
I'd hope he'd have.
That is a good point.
It's not a great argument, but that's my argument. Yeah. Like, you hope that Lewandowski has a lot of goals if you're the striker for a team that scores 166 goals, I think, now across all comps. But the way, he's been fantastic. But again, I'm going back to this whole complete versus just striker type debate. I like the guy above him just more because of everything a part of his game and the team he's in. I think he's carried a heavier load.
Yep.
I think Lewandowski's been fabulous, but like, he's going to spoil it. But they're both in the same league, and I feel like this guy's done a fantastic job at his club. So I've gone Lewandowski in at 5 just because I love what the other man's done.
Yeah. Number 4. This is the slowest fucking list of all time.
I'm actually going to heap the time this week.
I don't know who to say.
I've got to heap the time this week.
Number 1 is like fine. 2, 3, and 4. I have fucking no idea what order I want to put this in. 4. Fuck. I'm gonna go Lewandowski.
Okay.
I'll go Lewandowski number 4.
That helps me. It doesn't look crazy anymore.
I'll go Lewandowski number 4. Again, this season, Flick just knows how to get the best out of this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's had an absolute outrageous season. And to be honest, the reason why I was leaning to number 4 for him is because he missed that header last night.
Yeah,
where someone missed it and he missed the header.
Yeah,
so he's number 4.
Yeah.
So he fucked it. That was his moment to get at least second, but he fucked it. So he's number 4. 11 Champions League goals, 25 goals in the Liga. It's quite scary. Saying that now, maybe he should be above someone else. But he missed the header, so fuck him. He's 4.
Bottle. My 4 then is Julian Alvarez.
Oh, wow.
I rate him really highly.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I think this is the thing when I compare them in the league. They're in the same league now.
You got Alvarez above Lewandowski.
Yeah, I've got him above Lewandowski.
Wow, you rate him high.
And I think this is the thing for me though. I couldn't rate him until he left Man City.
Yeah,
fair enough. I like him because he's done that, and it's made it easier for me now to see what he can do. And with Sorloth there, and Griezmann there, and Correa, and all these names there, he's made it. He's the guy up top.
Yep.
And they don't play attacking football. And in that Champions League run, yes, it finished really, really short, but he was one driving them on. He was the one that they were going to go to try and win that.
Yep. And
every big game this season, you feel like he's turned up. Barcelona, both games in the league and in the cup, he's been pivotal for Atletico. I think we've seen the full package of him. Would like more assists in his game.
Yeah.
But talking about scoring goals and big goals for the club, I've loved what he's done in a team that doesn't attack. Scored 27 goals this season.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with that for me.
Yeah, no, that's valid. My number
top 3. Top 3.
Fuck.
I see why you got a problem now because I know who you got as your third different player out there. I remember now.
This is fucking impossible. How are you supposed to choose
this could happen
between Haaland and Mbappe?
This could change tomorrow. I'm
going to go with Haaland. I've gone with Haaland number 3.
Okay.
Okay. The reason why, fuck knows, but I
felt like it.
Because I felt like it. It's probably been like, this is what you call like a bad Haaland season, I reckon. Like,
Yeah.
the numbers look good,
Yeah.
but I think his performances have been very iffy this season at times. And I think in terms of this season, because that's probably what I'm going to base on, because they have a pretty similar resume with him and Mbappe. In terms of this season, I think Mbappe's done, like, he's been Madrid's best forward.
Yeah.
Haaland has been City's, but they've been like battling top four the entire season, while Madrid have been like up there in the league and stuff. So I think Mbappe had 3 bad games at the start, and then he's been pretty consistent. Whilst I think Haaland's probably had more bad games this season.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, that was probably bullshit. I'm full of shit. You could probably put him number 1 or 2. So
I'm glad you said that.
So.
My job was a little bit easier because I don't have Mbappe. I put him as a left winger. So I got Isaac at 3.
Yeah.
By the way, though, next season he could probably easily be 1. If he's playing Champions League or any European football for that matter, we're probably still talking about him in the European competition. So he probably just goes there. He's been unbelievable this season.
Yep.
Hope he's at Newcastle. Actually, I don't because they batter us. But for the sake of...
if they get Champions League, which they should.
Surely has to stay.
Sure.
And if I'm the head of scouting and I'm getting Rodrigo there, I'd stay as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm unfortunately not in charge of their scouting. He's 27 goals, 6 assists, complete forward. They've won a trophy.
Fair enough.
He's been massive in their run in this season. Again, if you're building a team, if I'm building a football team, maybe I'd put him there. Because he works really, really well with players around him. And he's not just a goal scorer. He can also link up with Barnes and Murphy and the like up there. So, he's had a great year. Not quite yet, top 2 though.
No, that's fair enough. My 2 is Mbappe. 24 goals in the Liga. Pretty good year. With all that's gone on behind the scenes, I think in the El Clasico as well, I think he's performed pretty fucking well.
Yeah.
This is hard, man. This is fucking impossible. This is hard.
We have a striker list time.
I think number 1 I always had penciled in, but Jesus Christ, I've been fucking sweating here trying to number them, and it's just. If I did this list tomorrow, I'd probably it'd be different.
Flips it around.
Honest. So yeah.
Well, plot twist. I have Kane 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got Kane 2.
Wow.
That's a big U-turn I'm making. I'm pretty sure I had him 1 last 2 years. But yeah, 2 for me. 36 goals, 10 assists, I know. Got his trophy, I know. But I think to your point, I'm gonna spin your argument on you. In his worst year, Erling Haaland probably still clears a lot of players.
Oh, he does for sure. Don't you think as a footballer though, and as like an out-and-out striker, Kane is better?
As a footballer, Kane's better. As an out-and-out striker, Haaland.
Yeah.
We're talking about Haaland's worst.
This might be our first ever disagreement. Heated. Put that in the title. Heated.
As a footballer, I'm always picking Kane. Every day I'm picking Kane. Footballer, absolutely. But in Haaland's worst year, where he has butchered some chances, I'll give you that, he's still gotten massive moments for City.
Yeah.
Like, not the moments of his first year with City, but still moments that they'll look back on when they finish top 3 and be like, okay, thank fuck for Haaland all the way back there. And this is the problem. It's hurting it's hurting my debate because he's not here now when they're making this run, which is really annoying. Because if he was here right now when they're making this run, I almost say, look at the run they've made. He's there. But you saw the initial difference when he wasn't there initially, when he first got the injury. They struggled for goals. They've obviously worked out with De Bruyne sort of playing that false 9, but it's taken me a lot to change this opinion.
It is like...
Harry Kane's always been one for me. Always been one. But in his worst year, it's almost been comparable, the numbers and the output in a worse team versus a better team. They've basically got the exact... 6 goals is the difference.
What I will say is think of how shit Bayern were last year.
Yeah, and he's still...
And look at his numbers last year. They were still ridiculous. Like he broke records last year.
He still is breaking records.
Yeah, he still is.
He's 67 goals per 67 games, I think, in the Bundesliga or something like that.
And like in a final, I know Kane in finals doesn't really go together. I will say that, but in a final,
you're picking him, aren't you?
Like Kane just, I think he can like not hurt you in other ways, but if it's not going like plan A, there's always a plan B with Kane. You can drop him a bit deeper, get him on the ball a bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas with Haaland, I think it's like we've seen him with games where he's had like 6 touches in the first
Yeah,
half.
just ghost.
And he just ghosts and he barely gets the ball. But obviously the difference today is he gets 6 touches and scores 2 goals. So yeah, it's just who you prefer. There's no right or wrong answer, I don't think.
I feel like I'm being so hypocritical because literally the last 2 years I've been in Kane's corner, but
yeah,
I think I've finally flipped. Who would have thought the year he wins the trophy, I flipped on him.
So even when he wins, he still loses.
He still loses, yeah.
Basically.
At the end of the day.
That was the hardest fucking list I've ever done in my life.
Retegui, Lookman, I missed.
Yeah, I had Marmouche as a left winger.
Who else was close in getting in there? There's someone else I had on top of my
I've got a
mind.
few names. There was Schick. I thought he's had a good 2 years.
Ekatike, someone had close as well.
Ekatike had this year. Sesko, but on the outside.
Last year, Sesko maybe, not this year, yeah.
Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah, well, obviously.
He was close. Liam Delap. They were
Zertsky in there as well.
Zertsky, yeah. No, we need to do top 10 9.5s. That's what we need to do.
Sign me up. Mate,
have like Cunha, have Xerxes.
Cunha as well, yeah, because
we had him as 10s.
We had 10, didn't we?
We had him as 10.
I can't forget. The list feels so long ago, the number 10s.
Yeah, sorry, my hiatus has gotten in the way of that.
For a valid reason, by the way. I can't remember next year, Trent, 15.
Oh, he's not going in my fucking top 10.
Watara number 1.
No, it's good. We can actually sit here and I can criticise Trent and not have to defend him 24/7.
Oh, but what a ball in the box! What a ball!
That was
tough work.
I mean, I was literally sitting here taking like 10 seconds to say a name because I had no idea who to put.
It's funny though, because I literally penciled in my top 4 from top down. Haaland, Kane, Isaac, and Alvarez was what I put in straight away. And then I was tossing up between Grassi, Lewandowski, Martinez.
I was tossing up the entire list. Honestly, we
start our list so strong. We're so like definitive in our opinions, and as it goes on, it just gets more and more like.
It just gets harder. Like strikers is hard. It's every list that you see online and every list that everyone ever gives is just so different.
So, what do you want in your striker?
Yeah,
what do you want?
People have like fucking Grassi as like in the top 5, and then people like me having like 9 or 8, and then Alvarez you have him as 3rd, and I've got him like 8. It's just everyone has different lists. It's just I feel like striker is the one list where it's purely preference.
It is. Because do you want your striker to be the 9.5 or do you want him to be the 9? Yeah. Just heads the ball back in it. So take your pick.
At least we had the same names essentially.
The names were all there though, you weren't there. Quickly want to talk about Barcelona. They got the win versus Valladolid. Valladolid have done this a lot of times this year. They've just been a really tough team to beat. They'd rest the whole team.
Yeah.
It's bad for the league as well. If they draw in that game, all of a sudden the Clasico becomes the biggest game of the season.
Yeah.
Because it's 3-point gap. And then, you have to win that one.
I think we spoke about it on the live stream. They just, when they had to bring on their players.
Rafinha came on. And
class prevails.
Top goals, top finishes, top result for them. Yep. And the big one, our Lord and Saviour, Antony, once again, to the rescue. To another thing, Espanyol's done well come the turn of the year as well. They've gotten well and truly safe, which is good. I think I might have had him going down, I think. Or close to at least, in my mind.
I don't know. No, I don't think you did have him going down.
But that's a positive place. They're not going to go down. They're going to finish around 10th or 11th. But a late turnaround. Again, they rest a lot of players as well. Antony was one of the few players that started from the midweek tie. Lo Celso, he can work with Isco. The commentator mentioned as well that has been the debate all year. Can Lo Celso and Isco both play? Isco comes on. Little link up between the two of them. He scored in the 85th minute. But what a run. He grounded about 4 Espanyol defenders before slotting that ball. Little outside the foot finish. And then when you need a goal, who do you call on? You call on Antony.
Oh, mate. He's like playing on a level that is better than, like, he could go to a better club than Betis. Like,
absolutely.
But he should go there.
He should go back to Betis.
Because they love him. I'm sure he loves it there. He can do what he wants on the right.
Yeah.
He's got the freedom. Like, bro.
Mate, the commentator said the most outrageous thing. He said, in this league, there's Antony, there's Lamine Yamal, and there's no one else. And I'm like, sorry.
You got to love it, though. You got to love the league of commentators.
They are right.
They put him in the same sentence.
It's Lamine Yamal.
Imagine saying that at the start of, the start of the season.
Yeah, Lamine Yamal and Antony will
be mentioned in the same sentence as Lamine Yamal. You would have been like, oh my God, we got the team of the season right winger.
Sorry, our right wing backs.
Yeah.
He was playing right wing backs all the season. Now look at him.
Yeah.
Back to goal, swivels. This was top. This was corner.
This was all over socials when this ball went in, man.
Fabrizio was on it like in a flush, as he always is.
This goal that he scored was posted more than the fucking GTA 6 trailer that just got released, honestly.
Yeah, it was remarkable.
Anthony's bigger than everything in football.
He owns La Liga.
Man, he's been insane.
The narrative has been there the whole time.
If Lamine Yamal didn't exist, he would be the team of the season right winger.
I think he is. I genuinely think he is.
Is he going to be in your team of the season then?
I think he does, yeah. Lamine Yamal not consistent enough.
He bottled it in the
Champions League. He cried too much. So
he's been. I think we need to go back at our podcast and look at the bet we made. I think we said
it was to buy Antony.
If he's got 10 GA, we have to buy.
Well, he's got that easy now. I think it's now 6 goals, 7 assists, something like that.
I think during the off season, I think
number 7, Antony.
I mean, surely he stays, right? How much will bettors have to pay? Like
That's
25, 30 mil?
He might get up there, the price now, because of how well he's received it.
Surely United just like, fuck off. Like, come on. Give us a bit of money. We need
just
it.
wait, mate. He'll be playing in behind Matheus Cunha and they're just bagging for us.
That Brazilian link up. I was about to say the Brazilian link up could be cold.
Him and Isco is the most, I've said so many times, that's the most ultimate combination. They work so well together.
They're absolutely killing it at the moment. Betis.
They got Fiorentina in the
that
second
stadium fucking bounces, honestly.
They travelled away. They took a great away fan support because
no matter where they are, home or away, that home stadium is brilliant. Even I think it was a few weeks ago they were losing 2-0, I think, and they came back and won. And the away end was like they were fucking going mental, and they have a pretty big following. Betis.
They followed away, home and away. I think it was at Leganes?
I think so. They were losing, and then
they made this massive comeback.
They made this comeback and won. Yeah,
it was the same thing. They panned it the way, and it's just limbs everywhere, which I love.
Mental.
But they got the job done again. They keep their hopes of Champions League alive as well. By the way, 1 point now back of Villarreal.
Fucking bro, we're gonna see Man United in the Champions League along with Betis with Antony in the Champions League. It's
one of the most dying.
You can't write this season. You couldn't write this season.
The 15th place Premier League teams going to win the Europa League, go to the Champions League. Whilst Betis is going to win the Conference League and also get top 4 and then make the Champions League.
Yeah.
Can
you imagine they beat Chelsea?
I reckon they do though. I think whoever.
Well, they got to get past Fiorentina.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that side of the draw, I think wins it. Fiorentina or Betis, whoever they goes through wins it for me.
You reckon they beat Chelsea?
Chelsea have played no one in this competition.
Oh no, I know that, but like they don't. Like they've beaten.
There's something to say about true, but there's something to say about your road to a final, and that's why I think
if Chelsea don't win it, Maresca might get sacked.
The Chelsea fans
are genuinely embarrassing.
I think Betis go there and beat Chelsea in the final.
Damn, that's a crazy prediction. You and your predictions are usually right.
I stand for Isco and Antony with.
Are we saying an Antony winner? Is that what we're saying, or assist?
Yeah, but it's not even ridiculous to say that though.
It's not
because he does it. He probably assists like one of those like headed goals from the centre. What's the centre forward's name? The centre forward or like Johnny at back post crossed it to him at back. One of those ones. But I think they win it. They play better football. They got the better goalkeeper. As much as bad as Adrian's been, he's the better goalkeeper. That's hard,
to be honest.
Yeah, Chelsea are awful at the back. Even their defence, I'd probably say
it's pretty good.
Mark Bartra and Atan at the back.
Their midfield's
Carvalho's back from injury now.
Bro, Betis' midfield's worth like 10 million. Chelsea have a midfield worth like 250, 300 million.
I honestly reckon Carvalho pockets Palmer.
Ooh.
I'm going balls to the wall. I'm just going to care.
To be fair, Palmer did score one penalty, and there's fucking Gary Neville doing a 25-minute podcast on fucking Cole Palmer.
I reckon Chelsea get beaten in the final.
It would be so funny.
If it's Fiorentina or if it's...
I actually would love that because...
Betis.
I usually don't mind Chelsea, and then when they play Liverpool, I realise how shit that club actually is.
Yeah. Tin pot club, mate. They act like they're the big club. Cole Palmer had top 10 goal scorers in their history, and he scored like 30 goals.
I saw that. He's like 10th or something.
Marcus Rashford would be a top 5 Manchester United Chelsea goal scorer if he was at Chelsea. Marcus Rashford.
Even just like their fans and shit.
Just
like,
tin pot club, mate.
There's like a video, like the Liverpool coach has gone past, and there's like this Chelsea fan like fucking giving it like the V like 3-1. Like, what a dickhead, bro. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Give us the guy to won the first.
What a fucking idiot. And then they're like booing Salah. Like, he's fucking bigger than your whole club. Like, honestly.
They let him go. So I don't know what
they let him go and they're booing him. Like, it's just, I just hate them. They're so boring as well. Like, there's like nothing fun about that club. They spend 300 million. Oh, we're challenging. Well, fucking no shit. You should be challenging. You have a midfield worth 300 million.
Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo and Palmer.
Just infuriating.
So
Spend $1 billion. Oh fuck! Of course we're challenging. Of course you're challenging. Fucking hell.
$1 billion goalkeeper.
Jesus.
So it's always good as well. I want to hear your thoughts to end this podcast off. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. Who's your winners for all three?
Oh,
We'll finish off on that.
Champions League Inter. Like,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. The story continues.
Europa. I think I said this to you on the live stream. I can't. I just see Man United winning it.
Yeah.
It just
Finals.
European pedigree means something
Yeah.
in these stages of the tournament. So, and then Conference League.
Is it Chelsea? Is it Fiorentina? Is it Betis?
Fuck it, Betis win it. You've
So we
convinced me.
agree.
You've convinced
We
me.
agree.
Betis ahead against Fiorentina.
1-0 ahead.
Okay, they are ahead.
But they're going to Italy. Tough tie.
Okay, I know you've convinced me.
Mm-hmm.
Betis are going to beat the shithole that is Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Betis win 2-1 against Chelsea. I think United get a fucking penalty shootout win versus Tottenham. I reckon it's going to be ugly. That's one of the worst games of football we'll ever witness.
It's weird, like, who do I want? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's just funny if Tottenham don't win because the trophy drought continues and it's just Spursy and all that.
It's going to be the most unsuccessful hate watch because, like,
whoever wins
is like, fuck, United in the Champions League again.
But, yeah, I think United win. I think they win pretty. Like, they win like 3-1.
Are you going to
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
That's a big call.
Madison's out, and I think there's another midfielder out for Spurs as well.
Bergvall, I think, is gone for the year.
Bergvall's gone, so they missed, and Madison's out, so they're going to play Archie
Casemiro,
Gray, Bentancur, and Sarr. Like,
Sarr's been shit this season.
I think Bruno runs over that midfield. To be honest, who's going to mark fucking Bruno?
Yeah, true.
Sarr's quite up and down. Archie Gray is fucking 18.
He's young.
And Bentancur's good, but he's not going to man mark him.
Ahmad's back as well.
Ahmad's back.
Ahmad's back.
Garnacho scored an absolute screamer on the weekend. So
Marcavelli.
Marcavelli's just up like that. So
Big
and you'll be fresh. You're resting all your players for
we are not
it.
playing.
So yeah.
Actually saying that Bodo Glimt can be the final.
That's the thing. It's that goal.
That goal is massive.
The pitch is AstroTurf as well.
Mourinho complained about it.
And I think I'm correct in saying they missed a lot of players against Spurs.
One's definitely coming back.
But for the second leg, they're getting a lot of players back.
Yeah.
So, and Spurs have injuries.
The Norwegian Giants, mate. Bodo Glimt.
And it's Spurs. That's all the team talk needs to be, lads.
It's going to be like 5 degrees. It's going to be freezing cold. They're in fucking Norway.
If they score first,
all 4,000 people are going off.
Mate, I would be so scared if I was a Spurs fan if they
little bubble on the Astro.
If they lose, they're done. They are done.
And should not fly back to London.
He should just
fly to
stay.
Celtic.
Yeah, no.
Direct
fly back to Australia. Direct flight. Go back to London and do the direct flight like I did.
17 hour. Just
oh my god. If they,
get him out of there.
They can't lose. Surely.
But that's how much away goals existed. Still 2-0 Bodo win. Away goals.
Surely.
Bodo won on pens, did they not? Versus Lazio? Was it pens?
Yeah.
No, it was pen shootout, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
They could do it again versus Spurs.
No, surely not. Surely.
Do it again.
Surely.
And knowing us, we'll fucking bottle it as well.
Yeah.
I've got this chat.
Bodo Glimt fucking Europa League winners.
Winning the Champions League.
Oh my god.
Barcelona travelling to Bodo on match day 3 of the league phase.
That would. It can't happen. I'm not. Nah, don't make me.
Don't
Don't make me
Don't
even
think
think
of
of it. Because
I'll go the same. I'll go into United and Betis as well.
yeah. So we're doing the same. Bit boring, but you convinced me on.
I think Betis
on
do a number, mate. Johnny and Anthony on the flanks, just feeding families.
And we've been on Inter for 2 years, so allowed.
Decades.
So yeah.
We call it some
Decades,
time.
yeah.
Inzaghi
Since
ball.
R9.
We've known from the start with Inzaghi. With that being said, guys, thank you. I don't know how this is going to work because I've got one recording of audio separated to 2, so hopefully it all comes out cleanly.
Oh shit!
Wait and see. You could be just.
It comes out clean, and then one of the cameras is fucked.
Yeah, you can listen to your camera. With that being said, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to our waffle. Forza Inter, and we'll see you guys next week for the La Liga team this season.
No more top 10.
No more top 10 lists.
I have to do something. We have to keep the top 10s going.
Top 10 underwhelming players. Top 10
yeah.
bottlers. Top 10 9.5s.
Top 10 bottlers. Top 10 9.5s. Maybe.
Have a lot.
Have a bit of fun.
We'll see you guys next week. See you later.